Hi, I'm Ali Porti, fashion and lifestyle journalist and editor of Zayla magazine. I've always been interested in biographies and in the stories of people's lives, basically listening to what stirs their souls. Welcome to the Soulful Side of Life, where I let you in on some of my conversations with inspiring people from around the world in fashion, faith, entertainment, music, and entrepreneurship. These episodes come from a previous podcast channel that I used to have, Zayla Food. Zayla means soul, but in German, so soul food, but in German and English. I don't want to lose these episodes as I've dismantled Zayla Food and now have the Soulful Side of Life. These are still conversations that stir the soul about people's journeys, about the ups and downs of life and how they have overcome situations. I hope these episodes will inspire your life in some way, so enjoy over a cup of something hot or on your drive to work. This is the Soulful Side of Life with Ali Porti. This past weekend, I had the honor and the privilege of sitting down with May Khalil. She's the president of the Beirut Marathon Association, and she's very kind, very humble, doing wonderful things for her country. May is Lebanese, and she spent over 20 years living in Nigeria, making a difference there for the Lebanese community as well as for Nigerians. And she returned to Lebanon in the early 2000s. May loves running. She loves marathons, and that's something that has always been a part of her life. But it was in the early 2000s, she was running in a marathon in Dubai, and she was hit by a minibus, which left her paralyzed, needing numerous surgeries for 2 years. But she did not become bitter. She stayed positive. She wasn't angry at the situation. She wasn't angry at the bus driver. But she decided with her mind to stay positive. And she pushed herself to be able to walk again. And she knew that when she got better, she wanted to do something inspirational and give back to her country. So she started the Beirut Marathon Association. It was a process. It wasn't something that took full force from the beginning, but she started small, and today Beirut has hundreds, thousands of people running a year in their marathons, and that's all because of the vision. And it's amazing how international sports brings people together. So enjoy this interview with May Khalil. She's doing great things, and I hope that you will be inspired to go after your dreams and to give back to your community and to make a difference in your area of the world. So, are you from Beirut?
I am from Beirut. I was born here in Lebanon. I got married at the age of 18 and went to Nigeria, where my husband's business is. I lived in Nigeria for 23 years. I have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. And while living in Nigeria, I kind of developed my own personality in terms of loving sports and giving back to the community. I started an NGO while living in Nigeria. It was, I called it the Lebanese Ladies Society, and it was a way of bringing the Lebanese community together and give back to the Nigerian community as a token of appreciation and gratitude for the support that they gave the Lebanese community all throughout the years. And after 23 years, I decided to come back to Lebanon, and that's how I moved back, and I started probably another phase of my life when I moved to Lebanon, and that was back in the early 2000s.
Okay, wonderful. Did you know as a child that you had a destiny to impact your country through a marathon?
Definitely, when you're young, you don't really realize or understand the direction that your life is going to take you. But I always felt that I had this inner strength within me. I always felt like I had a role to play. Always felt connected to my country. Always felt connected to my society and to giving back. Now, marathons, I was definitely too young to understand that. But while living in Nigeria, I did all kinds of sports, and this is where I feel like I learned the things that I learned from while running, like determination, commitment, perseverance. I found them, and probably the time I had my accident. I don't know if you're familiar with my accident. When I moved to Lebanon, I started running, and it was a beautiful way for me to reconnect, and discover Lebanon, the Lebanon that I left when I was very young. And one day, when I was training to do a marathon in Dubai, I was destined, and I had a huge accident. I was hit by a minibus, and that was a turning point in my life. So while running, I was hit by this bus. I was kind of plastered, on the wall, and I went into coma and was hospitalized for 2 years. Now, when I was at the hospital, and the minute I woke up from coma, I did not pity myself. I didn't want to pity myself, and I felt that something had happened, but I felt that whatever happened, it happened for a reason, and the outcome of it was for me to do a marathon. So I kind of said to myself, if I won't be able to run again, I want to bring the word to Lebanon. I want to do an international marathon, and that was a beautiful way for me as well to give back to my community through sports. So my vision, even at the darkest moments while going through pain, the vision was very clear in my mind. I wanted to do a marathon, and that objective kind of was a beautiful way for me to draw my path, and to have something to look forward to. As I said, I didn't want to look back. I didn't want to question why and why me. And
where does that come from? Because you don't seem to be a person to pity yourself, and that you have this idea that your life should be a service to others.
Yeah. Where did that come from? I think it's you come to this world with this inner strength, and then the environment that you live in help you as well to nourish these values. And probably this is, the environment that I lived in, my mom, my dad, and so we always looked at ourselves as people who have a role to play in this life. And so each one of us will definitely improve humanity if we give a little bit of service to the society that we live in. This feeling helped me to overcome 36 surgeries, 2 years of hospitalization, and
it left you paralyzed, correct?
I couldn't walk, yes, for 2 years. I was on a wheelchair, but deep inside me, I had this gut feeling that I'm gonna walk again, and I'm gonna do a marathon. So this positive attitude that I had when I was going through pain really helped me to get rid of any excess luggage, I was not angry at the bus driver. I was not angry at life. I was not angry at anything. I felt the beautiful thing that started coming out from the marathon was very rewarding. And, call it crazy, but sometimes I would say thank God for giving me this opportunity of going through this pain to do a beautiful thing to my country. Now, I went to the States. I finished the second part of my treatment in Cleveland, Miami. And when I was there, I decided to set or to put a date. And then I promised myself, if I don't really set a date, I won't be able to probably go ahead and do the marathon. So even at the time when I was not being able to walk again, or to walk at that time, I decided on 2003 October to do the first marathon. I left the States, then I came to Lebanon, and the second challenge was not my accident, but how to talk to the Lebanese community about a marathon.
Yes.
They were not familiar with the word marathon. Lebanon was recovering from the civil war. So I found the link between my accident and the war. I felt like I was broken, but by a bus, and Lebanon was broken by the civil war. So both of us needed something to lift us up. So I went all around. I started visiting schools, clubs, mayors. I went all around Lebanon, talking to people about the marathon, talking to people about the values of sports and running, and how they can use the platform of the Beirut Marathon to come together. So those who were once fighting and killing each other, I invited them to come and run next to each other. And they loved it. They loved the idea that they can show the world their true color, their color of peace, their color of unity, which the war kind of took away, exactly.
Why do you think international sports, or if you think about the Olympics or any sort of sports, brings people together?
I think this is the power of sports. As Nelson Mandela said, sports has the power to change the world, and it brings people together. It connects. It builds bridges as well between countries, and even internationally, if there are wars, they come into a standstill during the Olympics, or as if they take a break. And this is the beautiful thing about sports. So I wish there would be more tournaments, more events, more marathons, because it's really amazing. Sports can talk to the younger generation in a way that it goes straight into the youth heart. It's a language they love.
Yes.
And that's what I felt, when I was talking to people about the idea of a marathon. At that time, they were not familiar with the word marathon.
Wow.
They, when they found out that the marathon was 26.2 miles, they were looking at me. Exactly. I mean, we can't walk 500 meters, but they love the idea of using the marathon as a platform. So I kind of introduced the fun run, and it was a beautiful way of inviting people to be part of this event, to come close. I mean, had I asked them to do 26.2 miles from year one, they wouldn't have been able to do it. But having the fun run, having the other races, they felt it was a beautiful way of connecting with the internationals. So what helped me do all of that was the passion that was inside me. I was not afraid from anything. I felt that the passion and the love that was inside me was kind of guiding me and directing me to do this event. I never did organized any marathons before.
Wow. And that's what I wanted to ask. Did you find it overwhelming? Did you have self-discouragement or discouragement from others?
I never felt that because my mind was kind of focused. I'm gonna be very honest with you. At that stage, I felt like there was superior power lifting me up, superior power guiding me. And I was never afraid from anything. The kind of people that I met with was really incredible, the diversity. And I kind of walked the talk, and I talked to people from all walks of life. All this, and as well for people to listen to my story, to my accident, made them feel that it was honesty and transparency that was kind of irradiating from within me, and they were very, very comfortable believing that that event would be a beautiful way of helping them bring back probably what they lost during the war, which was the beautiful feeling of unity and the national probably connection to Lebanon.
It's amazing that superior power that you talk about, because I put on International Women's Day events, and this is my 5th year doing it this past March. But when I first did my first one, I was scared, but I felt this supernatural power to get sponsorships, and it just comes, everything falls into place, I think, if you're called.
Exactly, if you're called to do it, exactly. And it's the passion, the passion that's within, I think it radiates, and if you're genuine about the cause that you're promoting or you're talking about, it comes out naturally. And from the first year, I wanted the marathon, the Beirut Marathon, to be an international marathon. I wanted it to be connected with the International Athletic Federation. And as I told you, I did not know any of these things, but I had signs, and they were coming to me. And this is where I feel really blessed, because from year one, I had incredible support from everyone. Everyone trusted me, and when we did the first marathon in 2003, it was, the Lebanese loved it. We had close to 6,000 people.
Wow,
the first year. I even invited the president of the country. He trusted me, although at that time I was not known to the Lebanese community because I had lived in Nigeria. And so when people experience that beautiful feeling of unity, they loved it, and then they started asking for more races. So if I'm to talk about marathons around the world, like New York Marathon or London Marathon, you find people running to challenge themselves, or running for a cause. In Lebanon, it was different. It was about the 18 different religions coming together. It was about the unity. It was about the happiness that they were able, to express from running the fun run. And the internationals, I had incredible support from the international community. We had like 49 different nationalities at that time.
Like the embassies got behind you?
The embassies got behind us. The Lebanese embassies around the world as well, they helped us promote the marathon. And it goes back to the power of sports. When I mentioned that sports really build bridges with the outside world, lots of runners came to Lebanon to give us the support that sports connects us. irrespective of our differences. And to the Lebanese, when we fired the gun in 2003, it was a beautiful thing because it wasn't about announcing war, it was about unifying the nation.
And how many people are running this year?
For the international marathon, we had close to 48,000 people from 109 nationalities. Now, if I'm to talk about the journey of the Beirut Marathon, Beirut International Marathon, different to the women race that we're doing. The International Marathon is 17 years old this year. And if we look at the chart, we see that Beirut Marathon, the International Marathon, has been growing year after year. So from 6,000 runners to 12,000 runners to 20,000 runners to 48,000 runners last year. And then we introduced causes as well. So it wasn't only about running for peace and unity, it was about running to help NGOs and to help charities. It was about creating awareness on different causes. And we started teaching people to run and raise funds. So through the 25% that we give out of entry fee, runners started understanding that it was important to raise funds as well and support different NGOs. Now we have close to 232 NGOs that have signed MOU with us, and almost 70% or 73% of the running community run for a cause, which is really amazing, and it's a big number. Throughout as well these past 17 years, we started introducing people to the know-how of running a marathon, because you can't run a marathon overnight. So we started creating training programs, and under what you call 5 months, training people to do the 42 kilometers. So we call it 542. And the idea here is to take people who've never ran marathons, and we take them from zero to hero. And that's how we started growing on the culture of running as well, long distances. We didn't want people to stick to the fun run. We wanted people to start to grow and run long distances. Along the way, we noticed as well that, from the first year, I made sure that special needs have an important role as well to play in our races. Even from year one, I kind of invited lots of international special needs to participate, because we didn't have enough athletes, Lebanese athletes, to run in that category. With time, we introduced as well the training program to the special needs, and now we're doing fundraising as well to them. So we're buying them wheelchairs, special training wheelchairs, and we have a huge number now, over 30 elite Lebanese elite from the special needs. So this is an additional program that we do. Another program, we started doing events for the youth, because the youth are the future heroes as well. Introducing them to running and athleticism and this sort of thing. So all these programs brought what you call a culture of running over the past 17 years. And that's how the Beirut Marathon has been able to grow the culture of running and change as well the mentality. Because of that, people look at the Beirut Marathon as, something that it brings them pride, a product that they love, and they feel wonderful about our events.
And tomorrow you have the women's marathon.
Tomorrow we have the women's. Actually, we did a study as well, and we noticed that when we first started, we had like 16% of women running long distances, only 16%. So we started asking ourselves, how can we encourage women to run long distances? So we created a similar training program, which is a free initiative as well. And we called it 5-10. So 5 weeks training women to do the 10 kilometers.
Wow.
And we take them as well from zero to hero. And this program is working very, very well. So by doing a race that carries the name of women, it's a platform for women to compete against other women. It's a platform for women to run for their causes, whether it's about women empowerment, whether it's about education, or the things that are related to women themselves. The platform became as well incredible. It brought the percentage of the women who started running long distances from 16% up to 32.2%.
Wow.
Because of these training programs and because of this race.
And women across all different faiths are running.
Mostly those who live here in Lebanon, whether it is the
Muslim.
international, yes, of course,
Christian, Muslim,
everyone.
Okay.
And we created, I don't know if you were able to follow our campaign, we created a beautiful activation to support women where we mobilize the whole society by creating the hashtag Anamaki. Anamaki in Arabic, it means I'm with you.
Okay.
And we created the slogan is draw your path. So every woman is capable of drawing her own path. It's her choice. So no matter whatever you say, I'm the one who is capable of deciding her future and her path. So that message was very strong, and people loved it as well. And draw your path made every woman feel liberated. And the hashtag Anamaki made everybody feel the importance of support and supporting each other. Not only that, we asked men as well to be part of this campaign and draw the pink path on their face and show their support to women. And this is a beautiful way of mobilizing as well the whole society towards women, supporting women, respecting women, appreciating women's rights and things like that. And this is the power of sports.
Yes.
So it's much more than running. It's about creating awareness on the causes. So tomorrow we're gonna see close to 1,000 women at the 10K, running the 10 kilometers, and then we will see close to 4,500 running in the 5K. Men and women in support of women.
Oh, that's great. And that's a question that I had. Do you feel that men want to support women?
Definitely.
And how do we bring men to the table to talk about issues that affect women, global issues?
Exactly. I think, through this activation that we created, men wrote beautiful things on social media and they expressed their support. And I think, us as a sports organization, it was a beautiful way for us to kind of stir up the whole community, especially through social media.
one last question. One thing I've noticed about the Lebanese people, especially the ones outside of Lebanon, is that they seem to do really well. They flourish really well. Here in Lebanon, there's a lot of challenges, economic, political. But the Lebanese are smart people and they do well. Why is that?
Yeah. Well, I wish I can answer you to that, but I think, the political ordeals that we kind of, get ourselves involved with is what's stopping us from being who we are and from being true selves as well to ourselves, or true to ourselves. If you ask any Lebanese, they would tell you the same thing. We want to live in peace. We want prosperity. We love tourists. We have a beautiful country. We want growth to this country, and we don't want anything else. But I think politically we're kind of a bit messed up, and we do welcome that as well. It's really sad and it's very painful. That's why, as the president of the Beirut Marathon, as the founder of Beirut Marathon, I continuously say that sport should be our flag, because it unites us, it brings us together. Yes. And I don't talk politics, but with this love that we have around the marathon, if, let's say, I start talking politics, it will destroy definitely the image of the marathon. So I believe in our mission. I believe in the values that the marathon stands for. We will continue directing the youth, our youth, to be the tomorrow heroes. We will support women. We will support the whole community under the umbrella of peace, love, and run.
Wonderful.
We have amazing talents. We have amazing people, and but I see a big jump as well in the way how the society is evolving. The Lebanese society is evolving. I say we've done incredible job, but we still have a long way to go.
A long way to go. Yeah. What would you tell your 16, 36, and 46-year-old self? What would you tell yourself at these ages?
I would say it's wonderful to dream and always believe in yourself. Because the minute we stop dreaming, it means we have gone to another place. I've always dreamt, I always believed in myself, and with a little bit of power you can always overcome any obstacles. Be positive and believe in yourself, and I think it's very important to communicate trust, because this is your key to any door you want to knock at. And I never looked at myself as a woman doing, a role. Yeah. I always looked at myself as someone who has a clear vision and a clear objective, aiming to reach to that objective. So that's what I would tell every young man and woman, to dream and always feel that our role in this life is to always contribute, give back to humanity, give back to community, and this is how we'll be able to evolve and become better people.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, May, for your time.
Thank you.
And
my
good
pleasure.
Luck with everything you're doing.
Thank you.
I hope that you enjoyed this podcast episode and that you have found a soulful connection to the conversation. God bless you, and until the next episode, go bless somebody else.